Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another team comp for you. This build comes from courtesy of Franky over on the EU server. Played it on his stream the other day, had some good games with it, and recommended I check it out. So I thought I'd play some games with it. Had a few people in the comments asking if I could showcase a Drek'Thar build, and this is going to be my first time kind of messing around with him. As we can see, I still have a bit of a ways to go on getting some of Drek'Thar's skills and items up. However, I did max what I think is his best item here, the Glacial Blade. We all know how ridiculously powerful freezing stuff is at this point, and even though his Blood Frenzy here is a random target, it still is very powerful to get a turn 1 freeze off, especially if you happen to speed it up by Valeera. So the idea with this build is you can open a few different ways, but the two most common openers are either Drek'Thar, Belinda with her Water Elemental, and Valeera, or you can also go with a Drek'Thar, Varden, and Belinda open. We are using the Band of Frost on Varden for that freeze scaling. When you freeze with the Elemental or Drek'Thar or Cold Snap, just scales up really, really fast, especially with some of the more summon heavy builds with the dragons running around. Definitely seems very powerful. So this build is all about scaling up that frost damage and then using it to wreck things with Belinda, Varden, and Localar. And you can be fast while doing it, sometimes with Valeera as well. You could also, if you want, go with the classic Frost Valeera lead, Belinda, Valeera, and Varden here, if you think that would be better for the matchup. Localar can be good too if you're expecting a faster comp, you're worried your freezes won't go off right away. You could always go for the Localar lead, or more commonly just pulling him in off the bench if the opponent has sped up. That way or if you have just like some frost scaling from Varden or from Belinda, really makes this hailstorm hit even harder than it does usually with the Frigid Winds equipment. And then last student on our team here is Cookie, just for those good appetizers. Some Cookie snipes can also be helpful, give us a little bit more health, snipe down a unit, and it's good for enabling Valeera sometimes in the later game. Just getting him off the bench as a nice 2-speed way to enable Valeera to combo. So this is a really cool comp. I do think Drek'Thar will end up seeing a bit more play. I think people just need a bit of time to figure out where he has the best home. But I think this is probably going to be one of the better comps with Drek'Thar. As we all know, Frost can be powerful, and enabling 2 potential freezes on turn 1 with Drek'Thar and the Water Elemental, and with it being sped up by Valeera, is pretty disgusting. So that's kind of what we're going to be trying to do here. So we're going to get into the games, but before we do, if you enjoy the content, do remember to like and subscribe. It does a ton to help out the channel and keeps the Mercs videos coming. But without further ado, let's get into the games. Alright, 2-2-2. That could be a lot of different things. I think we want to go with Belinda. Go like full frost opener. Gigi, Valeera, Brawl. Wow. That is interesting. Guess we should order this properly. This is gonna die though, but it's fine. Give Gigi some frost weakness. And do it like that. See what ends up happening here. Have not seen as much Chi since the most recent patch when the bug with him got fixed. He's no longer basically double scaling his skill 3 Firestorm. Now it's back to normal, and unfortunately it's kind of made Chi drop off a bit. And that's Thrall down. Arden dealing some pretty insane damage there. Getting the scale up from both the Elemental and the Drek'Thar freezes. So we already have +6 frost damage. Now, wow. Bench Zwen coming in. That's a little scary. Not gonna lie. That is a little bit scary for sure. We're gonna go for the flurry again. We'll just try and get the damage off on Chi. I guess we should go for this since the speed doesn't matter a whole ton. They're probably just gonna pick Belinda off before she can act anyway. But then we get a Localar swap in, and Localar should just really wreak havoc on this this board. Interesting comp from the opponent, though. Haven't seen something like this before. Oh, wow, that hurts. That hurts real bad. They just kill Varden, essentially. But now we have Localar. And I think we just have to send out Valeera. So definitely Hailstorm. I guess we'll do this to try and combo the fan. I'm not really worried about swinging in because the freeze doesn't matter. Not the fan, the Sinister.
Job's done.
I wonder what their bench is, though. No cookie buff, so it's not cookie. They do have beasts here, so that's been 2 beasts, so maybe it's like Long Jin or something. With the buff arcane equipment. Yeah, Lock just totally deletes the board here. Now it's 3v2. It's looking pretty good for us. Just got absolutely deleted. We did lose our Drek'Thar, which is a little unfortunate. Whoa! Rogers and Gruul. I'll be honest, that was not what I was expecting. Rogers is going to do quite a bit of damage here. I think we want to do this.
Job's done.
Yeah, Rogers goes for the swing in, but now she's too slow to stop the Hailstorm, and Hailstorm will deal more damage on her. Unfortunately, we can't kill Rogers down because the cookie plus Valeera won't do it fast enough. I guess we can actually do it like, this should be an easy win still. So we just do this. Do that, and we'll do this for damage. Yep, and that'll be the game. Sorry, Gruel, not today. Alright, another 2/2/2 comp. I think we'll try the Valeera lead this time.
Job done.
So we got some dragons here. Our opponent has a Deathwing skin, which I'm very jealous of. However, dragons are notoriously slow. So we're going to just try and beat them down here. Question is, what is the scariest thing here? So I guess the scary thing here is that the Deathwing can block quite a bit of damage, potentially. I think it's actually right to not swing with the elemental this turn, predicting a taunt. So we'll go... We'll try it like this. Yep, it does go for the taunt, as expected. Well, the nice thing about this is we do have a free snap here.
I have proven myself. I demand answers.
So we'll just deal 10 damage to this. It's the downside of the elemental for our opponent here. We don't even need to swing in with this turn. We can kind of just chill, save it for next turn. Don't want to get the Valeera out of stealth. Yeah, this should be good. That is kind of one of the bigger weaknesses of dragons here, is that they do operate pretty slowly, so sometimes you can put them in a rough position because of that. We taunt again. Now they get snapped, and we actually get some decent Varden scaling going. So we can flurry here. Flurry for a lot of damage. We can do this first, too. Stack ones, so Deathwing can't taunt us. Actually, no, we don't even need to do that because Deathwing will die, so... This would be better for damage doing this first, but it does give him a risk of not getting through, so I don't want that to happen. So we'll do it like this. And then I think we're just going to continue to scale the frost damage up. And then leave Valeera sitting, and this should be pretty good. Yeah, look at that. And now we have another snap lined up. Still very fast here. Out comes Yulon and Longjin. Don't think that's going to be doing enough, though. Now we have this huge frost dart as well. We don't want to attack with the Valeera because we don't want that to get hit by our Valeera. We're just going to snap again and leave Valeera sitting. And this is why Valeera is kind of silly. Like, a character should not be able to do what Valeera is doing here, in my opinion. Just giving us a huge benefit without even having to act. Like, look at that damage. That's insane. Oh, wait. Oh, we lost it to the Long Jin, though. So that was actually a bit of a mistake. But we have so much damage with this Varden, I don't think we're going to get punished for it. We just have an absurd amount of damage. Because we can go for damage there. The Valeera will go in, and then that should just delete some of their stuff. Alright, well, good play from the opponent. We do lose Valeera, but Valeera did her job. And then Localar is just going to be nuts with all this frost damage. I mean, we have 12 from Barden and 3 from Belinda, so it's 15 frost damage. Like, what are they going to do? They can still get off a heal before we can snap, so I don't think it makes sense to snap here. We'll just go for Flurry. We'll go for big AoE. And then snowball this Sinestra. And that should basically lock it up for us, I think. Yeah, look at that. That is crazy. Stuff this frost damage enables is just absolute insanity sometimes. Yep, GG. All right. What do we have here? 3 greens is a little bit scary. I think we're going to go with Valeera, Belinda, Drek'Thar for this one. Voon, Nefarian. Wow, Long Jin. Be honest, I wasn't expecting that one. So what are we doing here? Well, I think we need to freeze some stuff. We want to give the Voon as little value as he can get. So, and we know this cannot swap on turn 1. So we're going to zap this, freeze this, speed up with Valeera.
Job's done.
Do it like that. I think it should be pretty good. Haven't seen an open like this before. Usually you don't see Long Jin as the opener. Oh wow, yeah, what a huge hit there.
Job's done.
Now we can get another fast hit with this elemental too. Pretty good. Showing again why Frost is a very busted mechanic when you can freeze a lot of things very quickly. I'm sure no one is surprised by that at this point, though. We do have a chance of not freezing 2 things, though, as Drek's attack is random, so he could hit the target that the elemental focuses, but... So here, we need to stop this Yulon. So we need to target the freeze. We're going to stack our 1s. I'm going to leave the Valeera in stealth, I think. And then we're just going to scale up the frost damage with Belinda. The only way here leaving Valeera in stealth would be bad. Not doing anything is if they win the flip, but it is a favored flip for us. The odds of us going first are 66%, where they have 33% to get that off. So I think it just makes more sense for me to leave her in stealth, but they're slow anyway, so maybe actually just to give us a better chance if things go wrong, we might as well go for the Fan of Knives. That plays around if they win the unlikely flip, and we're going to be faster anyway. Alright, so they don't win the flip, so ended up being fine. We get another freeze, which is just so insane. And now we can get Varden in here, I think. We can go for a quick freeze with Varden and to snap next turn. So yeah, I think I definitely like that. We're gonna hit this to give it some frost weakness. Combo the Valeera. And then we're gonna freeze to get our... Actually, it's probably better just to do this. Because they can stop our stealth anyway, so maybe we actually fan here. Yeah, it might be right just to fan again. Instead of freeze, go for the flurry. Or maybe we have to freeze the Neff. Yeah, I actually like freezing the Neff, because otherwise this Voon can really threaten our Varden. Whereas this isn't threatening us quite as heavily. Yeah, I think I like this play. So they do Jade Flame. Yep, we kind of predicted that. We do get our fan off here. So now we have a quick snap available, which is pretty much exactly what we wanted. So we'll definitely be going for that snap here. Into another AoE. And then might as well combo the Valeera, so that way she can have stealth once the Yulon dies.
Job's done.
Seems pretty good. I think we're in a pretty favorable position here. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Interesting. They're running the Draconid equipment. You don't see too much of that. However, now our Varden has scaled a ridiculous amount. So we have 6 frost damage on Belinda, 12 on Varden. It's just too much. They know it's too much. And that'll be the game. Alright, looks like we have a rematch here against Songbird. They had the Chi-Ji Thrall opener last time with Valeera. So I think we want to actually lead Localar here. So maybe we do like Localar into... or with Varden and Drek'Thar. Could be kind of good. Let's try it out. It is possible they switched it up on us, but they did have 2-2-2 last time, so I'm going to guess not. Alright. Looks like we called it correctly here. And we're going to order it like so. See what they end up doing. The neat thing here is if they go slow to play around our Localar, we guarantee a freeze on Well, I guess it's not guaranteed, but it's 66-33. Oh wow, they actually have just enough to kill the local R. Even with the cookie health and max, that's pretty surprising. So that's pretty unfortunate for us. I guess we're gonna throw down Belinda here.
Do you take me for an ordinary mage?
But it looks like we should have kept our original open. We should order this last so we get the elemental buff just in case. Yeah, looks like this comp might give us a bit more trouble with the lead we went with. Did not expect local R to die there. It was exact damage too. And that was with extra cookie health, worth noting. Why would they go for the Chi-Ji? Or not the Chi-Ji, the elemental. I guess to make sure it dies. Interesting play. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
Here we go.
Because they just gave us a great opportunity to switch in the Valeera. There are going to be some flips here, but we could stack the flips actually with our Drek'Thar by using a summon. Summon also plays around their Valeera a bit.
Job's done.
So this would give us the favored flip. Oh wow, they still win it, even with how we flipped it. That's pretty surprising. That does save our Drek'Thar though, which is kind of nice. Oh, they have Illidan now, so they changed their comp a bit. Illidan's kind of scary, actually. I think we're gonna do it like this. No cookie either from them. I think they had Rogers before. So their Valeera dies, which is actually kind of big. It slows down their Illidan, so it didn't get to act that turn. It's actually pretty huge.
Show them what we're made
In comes Rogers. So we could guarantee a kill on Illidan here. We just focus the Illidan down, and then we'll do Fell Corruption. We'll take a little bit of damage from it. I think it's worth it, though. Maybe not, though. Actually, I mean, I think it is. I think we have to go for it. Yep, alright, our play worked out. Ooh, the Rogers attack hurts there quite a bit. I think we still might be able to get there, though. Because now we can cookie ambush. Kill the Rogers. And Gruul just doesn't have the damage here.
Job's done.
So even after a fairly unfavorable start, it looks like we're just gonna barely squeak it out here. But rather close game. Definitely think our first lead was better, but we still got there. I think they had Rag Lock Valeera. How do we want to do this then? I think blue, Localar. Oh, looks like it was somebody else. Triple Dragons. That's actually not the greatest for us. We will do it like so, though. Actually, maybe it's better to do Frost Shock here, but this is a lot of damage if they act with Moon. So I think we will just do this. Alright, so it's a good freeze for us, gets us some more damage going, and Locke is just going to absolutely destroy their opener here. Wow. And that's actually crazy because Sinestro loses out on the bleed. So a really good outcome for us. Yeah, it's really, it just goes to show just one proc there. We should have ordered this a little bit differently to play around Voon. This should have been, Locke should have been in the middle. But now they're kind of in a tough spot. See what their backline is here. Yulon, Longjin. Oh, we're gonna go for the freeze. We're gonna go for the flurry. And we're just gonna hailstorm again, I think. Grow the snowball so we can hopefully kill the Sinestro next turn. Oh wow, Sinestro frozen. Oh, these are bad hits though. Those are disastrous hits. It hit 3 times into that. That's just not great for us. Definitely not great. Yeah, it would have been much better if it hit 1 less time, but I think we can still maneuver to win this game here. So we can just send out Cookie and Valeera. Cookie aims there. Valeera will auto go to this, and then we'll just go to kill this.
Job's done.
How much health do they gain? They get 10 health, so up to 17. 4 less damage. This will still die. Yeah, they do go for it, but doesn't save their Sinestra. They do go for the swap. Does hit Localar, which is unlucky for us, but...
Job's done.
However, now we can... They did use their swap, so now we can just aim at this. And then we have a big snowball here, which is going to go into... What's our last? Belinda. So we might as well send this into Alex.
Job's done.
So that kill the Yulon. That'll speed this up. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Boom. Valeera gets the kill. Get a big snowball on the Alex.
I will be your death.
We can kill Alex before they even get a chance to swap places here. And then I think we just don't act with Localar. So much arcane damage. They only have +3. So I guess we could hit with Localar. They're probably going to zap this, though. So Belinda will just take care of it. So I think it's more risky to use the Localar here. I think we just pass with him. Yeah, and that just wrecks their whole turn. And now, yeah, we're too fast. Nice. Alright, so we had a pretty good run with this comp. The only thing that seemed a bit scary against it were basically Ragnaros lead can be kind of scary, especially if you open with double greens here. Another thing is when the opponent does open triple greens, which is kind of common in one of the dragon openers. Sometimes that can be a little tricky. I think we did manage to beat that a few times, but I also lost to it a few times as well. That's going to be one of those matchups where getting the double freeze off is very important. So if you do low roll on turn 1 and you accidentally freeze the same target twice due to this being random, it can kind of mess you up quite a bit. So that is one thing to be aware of, but overall, it definitely felt like a decent comp. Had a pretty decent run with it. And, I mean, you know, it's that Frost Valeera core, so we all know how powerful that is. I think the flexibility in the opening is pretty nice as well. It's, you know, you can do pretty degenerate things with all the different openers in this comp. And overall, I had a lot of fun playing it. I'm still, I don't think I'm 100% sold on the cookie, but I think he is kind of needed for the extra HP, if nothing else. He did fairly decent in the games we played, but I do think it could be possible to run something over him and still have success with this kind of 5-unit core. But I'd have to do a little bit more experimenting to be sure about that. But that is going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.